Good afternoon. The strengths of our school. In my school, the level of contribution to the workplace by teachers would be rated very high. We have teachers who go above and beyond every single day by planning engaging lessons, helping with clubs, coaching, tutoring, and bringing positive energy into our school. Dungert, Levine, and Kostner in 2020 found that teacher enthusiasm enhances student motivation and achievement. I see that here all the time at our school. Teachers are willing to step up, share ideas with each other, and help keep things positive for our students. That level of contribution keeps our school moving forward, even when we face challenges. The second strength of our school is level of respect between teachers and parents. Um, we have ongoing communication we maintain with families when teachers listen and value different perspectives. Parents feel that their voice matters too. The article by Cook and Sather in 2020 supports this idea by explaining that when students and staff work together in respectful collaboration, it builds trust and strengthens partnerships. That same mindset carries over when teachers reach out to parents. When we show that we are listening and working together, families feel respected and included. This helps create a stronger partnership between home and school and leads to more trust in our classroom. The third strength of our school is that teachers work hard to build respectful relationships with students. When students feel heard, supported, and treated fairly, they are more willing to participate and try their best. The article by Martin and Colley in 2019 found that positive teacher student relationships increase engagement and enjoyment of school. This respect creates a culture where students are more willing to put in an effort and try their best. The study found that students are especially motivated when they have multiple teachers they can connect with and trust. I also see this at our school. Teachers greet students at the door, they celebrate their progress, and they show that they really care about them. That respect makes students more open to learning and helps create a positive classroom culture. The fourth strength is a sense of belonging. Many teachers truly feel they belong here and are part of a team. The article by Pesanin and authors in 2021 explained that teachers build a strong sense of belonging when they feel respected, supported, and connected to their colleagues. Their study showed that belonging grows through shared planning, trust, and positive working relationships, especially when teachers co teach or collaborate closely. In our school, I feel like we often rely on each other for help with lessons, behavior, and even solving problems. That support reduces the stress and helps us as teachers feel valued. When teachers feel included and appreciated, it improves their mindset. The last strength of our school level of progress toward working as a team of educators and support personnel to grow professionally. When we collaborate, whether through content or cluster collaboration or professional development, we become better educators and our school benefits. The article by Young, Cavanagh, and Maloney in 2018 supports this kind of team focus by showing that structured, collaborative, professional experiences help teachers feel more connected, build confidence, and learn from one another. The study found that when teachers observe and reflect together, it helps professional relationships and strengthens everyone's skills as part of a learning community. That teamwork mindset is something I see at our school, especially when we share strategies and support each other in areas like classroom management or implementing differentiation in the classroom. So, working as a team encourages growth, and that is a clear strength in our school. All right, down to the weaknesses of our school. One weakness in our school culture is the level of teachers supporting administration. In some of the hallways, teachers have gone through several principals, and just when they start to build that trust and communication with one, and leadership changes. Ha, Presley, and Marshall in 2025 found that when teachers don't feel consistent support from administrators, burnout rises and job satisfaction goes down. Without stable leadership and strong relationships, it's hard for teachers to stay motivated and invested. All right, another weakness is level of focus on agreed upon goals, objectives, and outcomes. A lot of times, goals and objectives are created at the top, like at a district or an administrative meeting, and teachers aren't really part of the process. So when these goals get handed down, most teachers don't feel connected to them. The article by Dick Hager and colleagues in 2021 highlights this issue by showing that the motivational climate of a school, including how goals are set and communicated, directly impacts teacher motivation and attitudes. When teachers feel no autonomy or ownership in the goals, motivation drops, and teachers are less likely to push toward improvement. All right, the third weakness, level of sense of purpose. Many teachers are starting to feel a low level sense of purpose in their work because frustration keeps stacking up. A lot of that frustration comes from constant changes in expectations, behavior challenges, and new initiatives that don't always feel meaningful. Park and Ramirez in 2022 explained that when teachers consistently face obstacles that block their goals, frustration grows and their motivation drops. That really connects to our school sometimes because teachers are overwhelmed. They're dealing with heavier workloads and not always seeing the progress or support they need. When frustration becomes the norm, it's hard for teachers to feel like what they do matters, and that affects what teachers bring into the classroom. Another weakness in our school is the low level of accountability we see sometimes for student achievement and behavior. A lot of teachers feel like students continue moving on to the next grade, even if they have not mastered the standards. When that happens, the teachers feel their effort doesn't really matter because students will be passed up anyway. In the article by Miranda and authors in 2018, they talk about how urban schools often struggle with consistency and implementation of meaningful supports, and that school improvement requires holding students and systems accountable through intentional structures and follow through, especially around academics and behaviors. Right now at our school, we kind of are missing that piece. When students don't experience consequences or high expectations, they stop trying. And many teachers feel frustrated because we are working hard, but sometimes the system isn't always backing us up. That lack of accountability really affects the classroom and what we believe that students can do. The last weakness our school is the low level of student achievement overall. We have a lot of students in middle school who simply do not care about their grades. There aren't really many incentives for doing well academically. So students don't have much motivation to improve. So the article by Adamson, McKinney, and Mitchell in 2019 makes a strong point that student achievement is connected to both behavior support and school systems working consistently across classrooms. When students are not held accountable for their actions or performance, academic progress continues to drop. That definitely connects to our school sometimes because students who constantly struggle academically, they might not be receiving the support they need, or there's nothing pushing them to change their effort. This lack of accountability is a big reason why school-wide achievement may remain low. Looking at the strengths and the weaknesses in our school culture, it's clear that teachers are committed, they collaborate with each other, and they're focused on building strong relationships with students and parents and each other. At the same time, there are challenges like limited administrative consistency, lack of teacher voice in goal setting, and unclear accountability for student success that impact teacher motivation and purpose. According to Knowles' adult learning theory, adults need to feel respected, they need to be included in decision making, and able to see the relevance and results of their work. When teachers are not involved in developing school goals or do not see progress in student accountability, their motivation decreases. However, our strengths such as teamwork, strong relationships with the students, and a sense of belonging gives us foundation to improve these other areas. So therefore, by applying Knowles's principles and treating teachers as true partners in decision making, our school can continue to grow a culture where educators feel valued, they feel supported and empowered, which leads to stronger outcomes for students. Thank you.